talk about what India, actually stands for. India, Bharat stands for dialogue and diplomacy, and Bharat stands for humanity. Now, this is exactly what External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said, defending when it comes to the sea rescue. The first official remark that is now coming in from the government of humanity first assertion, where he cited international law and had said that what happened in the international waters, yes, India does not have any jurisdiction, and this is where international law is applicable. But what India can do with that regard is something as far as humanitarian measures is concerned, because the Iranian vessel was caught up in the events. However, India did extend support when it comes to the rescue operations. And the blueprint of law, the international law, will now guide the next step. Listen in to the External Affairs Minister.
Here's the situation. You had these ships, and we got a message from the Iranian side that one of the ships, which presumably was closest to us, to our waters at that point of time, wanted to come in to our port. They were reporting that they were having problems. So my recollection is this was on the 28th. And on the 1st, we said, OK, you can come in. It took them a few days to sail in. Then they docked in Kochi. The ship is there. Obviously, the people on the ship, a lot of them were young cadets, that is my understanding. They have disembarked. They are in a nearby facility. So we viewed this, look, this ship, or these ships, because there were two others as well. I mean, when they set out and came here, the situation was totally different. They were coming in for a fleet review. And then they got, in a way, caught on the wrong side of events. For us, when this ship wanted to come in, and that too in difficulties, I think it was the humane thing to do. I think we were guided by that principle. And in a sense of the other ships, one obviously had a similar situation in Sri Lanka. And they took the decision which they did, and one unfortunately didn't make it. I think where we really approached it from the point of view of, in a sense, of humanity, of other than whatever the legal issues were, and I think we did the right thing.
Now, we did the right thing. That is what External Affairs Minister is saying, because sources within the government of India have revealed that days before Iris Dina incident that happened in south of Sri Lanka, Iran had approached India. In fact, happened on the very same day when the hostilities began in the Middle East on the 28th, as this request that was accepted by India because another Iranian naval ship developed technical issues. India approved the docking at Kochi on the 1st of March, which was the next day, and the Iris Lavan, what is now being said as another naval vessel of Iran, along with its crew, docked at the Kochi port on the 4th of March. Over 180 crew members who are being accommodated at the naval facilities in Kochi. Now, this ground report is coming in from Galle, because Times Now is exclusively reporting from Sri Lanka, where both Sri Lankan Navy and the Indian Navy have been extending supports as far as the SAR, or the search and rescue operations, are concerned.
Even as the Sri Lankan government has taken custody of the second Iranian vessel, the US government has upped the ante, demanding that the 32 injured sailors of the sunk Iranian vessel frigate Iris Dina should not be sent back to the respective country of Iran. In fact, the US has said that it was considered the enemy combatants, and without any decision taken by the Sri Lankan government, they have to be consulted further on this issue. Now, this government has said that they have provided a diplomatic and humanitarian aid to the sailors, and the matter is left to the respective parties as far as the issue is concerned. They have communicated that to both the captain of the ship and also to the Iranian government about the issue of the 32 sailors who are undergoing treatment at the national hospital behind me, as you can see, and also the fate of the 200-odd crew of the second Iranian vessel, which had been taken safely to a Trincomalee port. The president said that because of safety concerns, and the crew has been taken to Colombo. Even as we speak of this, the debris of the sunken Iranian ship IRS Dena has surfaced at Hakidauta, that is around 25 kilometers from Gaul, where we are standing right now. And the police say that they have taken custody of the remains which have come ashore today morning and given it to the Navy for further briefing and verification of it. But the government in Sri Lanka says that they are doing humanitarian aid and they have no beef with any of the parties that are involved, as they have both diplomatic and economic relations with all. US, however, said to put the pressure, saying the fate of the 33 crew members who are undergoing treatment behind me, or of the 180-day crew of the second Iran vessel, should be dealt by the US and not by Sri Lanka.
Well, Colonel Chilendo, do you believe that the distinction needs to be made and understood what exactly are international waters, territorial waters and economic zones?
Without taking any sides, I'll put it very simply for anybody that you please take a logical decision for yourself. 25th of February, this exercise has ended. Now you want to tell me that all the ships which took part in it, beyond that, are also my responsibility? Or there may be a moral responsibility if they are docked with me. By the way, if they are within my maritime water. This is what international law is all about. So, as far as I am concerned, I'm very sorry. There should be no strike on any ship, any place. But whatever is going on, is it less? It is already on. We are very sorry that somebody has to lose life. But that doesn't mean that I will now start blaming myself, that it is because of me that they lost their life. You were with me. There were another 20 army vessels with us. And they all went, 25th onwards was a departure. They all departed. They filed their own course of going back. They don't ask me. I know about it. But that doesn't mean. Then tell me one thing. What is the law? The law says in maritime water of mine, I have to be told. I have to be told. I must be aware. It is always under my cover. I'll put it like that. Why? Because if anything happens, we will react. Second, international water. The law also says that anything happen, irrespective of your country or the enmity, you will still go for that as a kind of rescue, search and rescue mission. We did that. Now, why are you blaming me that it is because of me that the ship went down? If this is the way, then I would like to put it like this, that 180 girls who got killed in Iran, in that school strike, is also my responsibility. मुझे लड़कियों को बचाना था, बेटी बचाओ करना था. There cannot be an end to all this. You have to be very clear that yes, something wrong has happened. The war has got escalated. War is what? Can there be any humanitarian angle to the war?
That
Who
India
is listening?
has done. And that is what India stands for, Colonel Mahesh, because international law thereafter now takes place, guide what will happen next. But humanly as possible, India will extend its support.
Absolutely. You see, one thing I agree with Colonel Shailendra is that you can't blame India for what happened there. Of that, there is no doubt. And anybody who's blaming India that India was responsible for the ship going down probably needs help. But having said that, the fact is that they were our hosts. They were leaving the country. They were unarmed. I would definitely condemn anybody attacking an unarmed ship. One. Whoever was attacked is the one who's responsible. Having said that, they were my guests. I will definitely condole their deaths. I will convey my sympathies to their families.
And the other Iranian vessel that had developed some technical issues, India has allowed and given them the permission to dock at the Kochi port, and we are accommodating their crew as well.